wants to save it as a SKP file, which is the Google file, and the Replicator G only accepts STL files. So what I do is I take that file and I save it as a DX file or a Collada file, and then I import it into MeshLab, which is also free. So what it'll do is it'll save it as this DAE file, and it's probably not there because I deleted it. So when you, here's what it would look like. Basically, I would import it into MeshLab, the DX file, and then I would save it as, and you have a bunch of files that you can do. And what I usually do is this STL file format, and we'd save it. And it would convert the file from the Google Sketch file into STL file, which would now be printable in Replicator G. And you can kind of see it also, like if you're not sure what your part looks like, you can double check it just to make sure that it kind of looks like what you designed it to be. So we close that, and then at that point we'd import it into here. It's already here, so. But you would just, obviously go open and then find the part. But I've already put it here. So, and when it comes in here, sometimes it might not be in your toolpath, so you have to move it. So we'd center it, the object, and then we put it on the platform. What that does is it kind of knows that it's in a general area, but it'll find the center of it, like I guess the home, and then it'll place it on the toolpath. And then you can view. I was grabbing it. X and Y. The one thing I did notice about Replicator G is it does have some bugs in it occasionally. So sometimes, like if I change it for some reason, like you'll notice right here, like it'll start getting buggy, and I think that's due to the Python script. It's not perfect. But it's free. So when it does that, what I usually do is I just close it, and then I'll reopen it. And it'll be back.
New version.
I got a new version. I'm not going to download it now. So basically, at this point, it would be ready. I've already generated G code for it, but after we get it in here, you could just say generate the G code.
You don't know how to select the tool head.
Oh, you want me to set up the machine?
Yeah. Well,
all right, we could do that. Like basically, if you have a different machine, what I have is the cupcake. So I assign to the cupcake, but like if you had, obviously, there's some different ones. There's a Thing-O-Matic. And what this heated build platform is it's a heated piece of aluminum that goes on your platform, so that when it prints on there, it keeps the plastic from cooling too quickly, causing it to warp, which is a nice addition to it, but I haven't put it on there yet. Well, mine is just the basic cupcake. And also they have a 3-axis simulator, which could be used as a CNC. And then obviously you have to find your serial port.
So the maximum size of object you can create is 4 by 4.
4.
Let us assume that it's a 3 by 3, and 3 cm, 3 up. How long does it take to the machine?
Actually, the print itself takes a while. The plastic goes pretty quickly, but the steps it takes, each increment, like each level up, there's so many levels that it's taking just to build, like maybe a ½ an inch. That's really what it takes a long time. And also, the plastic doesn't come out of the head very fast. I mean, it cools it. I mean, it heats it up pretty quickly, but it doesn't push it out super fast. So, I mean, you're printing at and you can adjust that in Replicator G, but from what I've found, the prints that I've made, it's better just to keep it going slower and you get a better print. Because the faster you go, the plastic might not have enough time to heat up, and then that causes misprint, because if it's not hot enough, that plastic's not going to come out your tube over here, and you're going to miss that part in your print.
So a lot of maintenance machines that can be in after usage.
There is, like after the part has been printed, what I usually do, because you have to heat up the element in here. It's a, what is that, like thermoresist wire? Yeah, it's nichrome wire. So it takes a while for it to heat up. And you don't want that thing hot all the time, because then after a while you burn up that wire. So I usually just heat it up, and then we'll print it, and then after it's printed, it starts cooling it down. And I don't like to cool it down really quickly, because what happens is this plastic cools the inside of your element here, and it'll get stuck. And you don't want it getting stuck, because then it's hard to take out, and then you have to clean the inside of the mechanics here. So usually keep it hot, and then I pull it out, and then we refeed it. So, I mean, you could probably keep it in there and keep printing, but I've had problems doing that, just because the way that it pulls the stuff down. It's got like a little, it's on a DC motor, and it's got, inside it's got like a tooth cog, but also uses pressure to hold the plastic in. And when it gets hot, sometimes it will start, the ribbed area will start digging into your plastic, so it doesn't have that bite anymore. So it just kind of chews it up, and it'll just sit there. And then you have to, from that point, you have to take it all out, clean everything, and make sure, because when that tooth thing gets filled with plastic, and it becomes just a flat surface on it, so it's just sliding on the plastic, even if you put it in a piece.
There's a learning curve to it,
Yeah.
and once you figure out the proper way to like start your burn and like take it out and remove it, it goes pretty smooth. But we've had to take it apart and clean it a few times.
Yeah, it's kind of a,
Now
like I
we're
said,
better.
it's kind of a learning process to it, but after you get used to it and you're familiar, it's pretty simple. It's cut and dry.
Will you be able to demo make anything?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. So basically, we have to connect the machine first. You have to turn your machine on, and then connect it to USB. So now the machine's connected.
Other side?
Check your device manager, see if it's
I think it's 26,
affected.
but I think it. MJ, I'm gonna check another.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, John.
When you kind of unplug it, plug it in, turn it on, like do the sequence.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.